to help me as I show you an excerpt of a new poetic play in progress called Why Black Women Whisper. Hush, black woman whisper. Oh, hush, hush, don't make a sound. Now I hush, hush, hold back my anger. Try to plant my feet on shaky ground. I used to yell. I used to feel free. I used to express myself. I was me. I used to fight the cause. Black woman matter. Now I hush, hush, black woman whisper. Oh, hush, hush, don't make a sound. Now I hush, hush, hold back my anger. Try to plant my feet on shaky ground. I used to yell. I used to feel free. I used to express myself. I was me. But now, whisper, whisper, don't make a sound. Lost my footing on the ground. Whisper, don't know who I am. No one really gives a damn. Black woman, hush, hush. Black woman, hush, hush. Black woman, hush. Awkward, quirkalicious beauty queen. And I've been tripping. No, not because I'm mad, literally tripping and falling all over the place. Describing myself as a black female Mr. Bean, I have tried to embrace my awkward ways. Headbanging, tripping on the sidewalk. Oh, was that a hole in the sidewalk or did I just trip? High heels? Are you kidding me? Give me Doc Martens or comfy Clarks any day so I can walk on a cloud because clouds help to break my fall. Now, I'm not saying that my head is in the clouds. Imagining a self-confidence that starts at the base of my feet and reaches high into the heavens. Confidence that hits me intermittently in between. In between painful memories of a bright skipping rope landing squarely on my back and shoulders. A child's toy has a different meaning when it's used to give her a beating. I have confidence intermittently in between memories of drowning in big hands dipping my face in water, big hands full of water covering my hands and nose and mouth because I, for some reason, never seem to wash my face the right way. But still, I try to hold my head up. But my head is always down, dodging those big hands swinging at little girl me afraid to let out the screams that were building inside. And so when the pain came, I kept it inside by biting into my skin so I could try to keep the pain within. For if I could place the pain somewhere else, I would not have to focus on the emotional pain building inside of myself. Long sleeves could cover the emotional scars, long sleeves could cover the physical scars left by the emotional scars of biting into my skin, which became my medication and my relief from the abuse. Now grown into this awkward beauty queen, starring in misfit life pageants, how long is the awkward stage supposed to last? Can the beauty I feel within outlive my painful memories of the past? I ask myself this every day. Can the beauty I feel within outlive the painful abuse of my past? Who am I without my past? Perhaps this one day too shall pass.
I am Patrice. I was fine until one day, tiredness sipped into my veins like an unwanted narcotic, draining energy from my body and into the atmosphere. Outside, looking like everyone else, but my invisible illness, like a butterfly, has been taking shape inside my vital organs. Bones brittle and inflammation, making walking hurt, turning sidewalks into mountains and beds into places where I wish to reside. Lupus, they said. And how strange was it, because I have friends with lupus, but now it was my turn. And it's not easy wondering how I will earn when I am tired all the time. Newly diagnosed, wondering whether life has given me a dose of a challenge to face or a fate that I'm not ready to erase. My invisible illness makes my body not able to move when it wants to, groove when it wants to, so used to being the energetic one. My mind has not accepted the realities of my body. Seriously, it's like my mind is playing tricks on me as I wake up each morning believing that I am the same person that I used to be. But I can't jump out of bed like I used to. And I know I should change my diet, but I refuse to. So much else has changed in my life that I don't want to rearrange it all. I want to remember who I was before I became the face of an illness. Clueless, ruthless, conspicuous, ambiguous, torturous, ridiculous, continuous. Lupus.
I am a Kua, modern-day feminist empowered by my ancestors like Queen Hatshepsut, Chloe Cooley, and Beyonce. Fierce phrases of poetry spouting from my full lips filled with fire, desire, and Black Lives Matter. Fearless and unnerved by the powers that be oblivious to systemic racism. Because entitlement streams through my veins like wildfires burning in the driest forest. For I know who I am, and I'm not afraid to tell you. Parents endowed me with all things that did not exist for them. I am rooted in a sense of freedom that streams from locks of boldness and bravery, and a gross misunderstanding of things I actually do not know. Miseducated through education. Achieving a university degree before others even ventured into knowing what they might do. My ignorance, like an omnipotent force, takes root in my poetry because I am a symbol of what is. My Afrocentric clothing, a necessity to the Pan-African movement that I don't quite understand but identify with. And I blog incessantly about the discrimination of young Black men, like Khalif Browder, who was thrown into a system that systematically beat him down until he can no longer breathe the air designated for him as a young Black man. And Andrew Johnson, young wrestler, whose crown of locks were cut off in humiliation in front of roaring crowds. Like Daniel in the lion's den, blessed with hair like Samson, he faced racist Goliath. Andrew, clearly broken, still rose to defeat his enemy, with his body language looking defeated as he was raped of his pride by the cutting shears and white girl hands trying to cut away his strength through his beautiful crown of locks. I wrestled with my own thoughts and feelings. How can we as a people suffer such humiliation through the generations and still rise to the occasion? And so I blogged that day and created hashtags. And my hashtags went on mission trips through Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Yet we suffer and we rise. We are humiliated and we rise and we rise and rise and rise. Hashtag still we rise. And that's because we ain't like you. And sometimes I scream, me too. Fighting for causes using hashtags like racial bullets, likes like proclamations, and asking you to share my post so that I can be of some influence. Sometimes oblivious to those who came before me, and I know the world didn't start with me, but I have a voice too, can't you see? My voice is embedded in her story because history ignored me. So I might scoff at you with indignation. That's just a sign of my generation. And sometimes in between posting, I scream, me too. Hashtag, that's just how I do.
I am Anika. Managerial dreams dash one too many times. My office, a plantation where I'm trying to plant my feet so they are rooted to the ground. I want to get out of these darn fields pushing cotton picking papers to the main house. How can I ever be a CEO or a head executive if they keep cutting my dreams instead of executing my dreams? Here for 10 years, but still looked down upon as if I don't belong here. How long is it going to take for me to earn my place in this space? CEO dreams of CIO money from trying to build dreams, of CIO student loans, CIO condo fees, CIO car payments because my car is a lease. See, I owe it to myself not to let these bills increase as I try to build on my CEO dreams. Briefcase in tow. Power suit pressed to the nines, I am dressed. My high heels bear the scars of heels scarred from trying to climb the corporate ladder in other people's shoes. My blue suit is a replica of the blues that I feel each night when I lay in bed defeated by watching coworkers rise to the occasion of promotions and bonuses when my reward seems to be to stay where I am, do what I'm told, do not question the status quo, and still I rise each morning armed with a skirt suit of armor to protect me from the harmful elements of society that bring me down. Acid rain and the destruction of the ozone layer are nothing when compared to the deterioration of my self-confidence. Wearing bracelets of submission like a black Wonder Woman ready to fight off oncoming bullets of ignorance. Armed with dossiers of diversity policies with words splattered across pages. Inclusion, words. Advancement for the underrepresented, words. Equity for all, words. Just words. They're all just words.
We all have words inside.
But sometimes we hide.
Because we get tired of trying to tell our truth.
And sometimes I want to raise my voice.
And sometimes, though I'm so resilient, I end up being silent.
And sometimes we whisper. And not because we want to whisper, but because we're just plain tired.
Sometimes I whisper because I have been yelling for way too long.
Sometimes I whisper because I'm tired of being strong.
And sometimes I whisper because I really don't think you care what I have to say. We are Black women, and we are strong. But sometimes, yes, sometimes, Black women whisper. Shh.